back to my channel. I know my hair looks a little crazy, but that's because we're about to fix up this little baby. I wanted to come and this video has been long awaited, honestly. It has been a very long time that I have been wearing this unit. I have been wearing this unit for about, well, it's about 2 months now. It's been 2 months. Of course, now it's Ramadan, so I do not wear it as often as I used to, but I wore it consistently from March 2nd to about like May, like the ending of April, May. So yeah, the hair that I have been wearing is Shambrey hair. This is not the best state, but we're gonna get into like fixing her up once I tell you a little bit more about her. It is Shambrey hair. If the name sounds familiar, that's because I have collaborated with them before. This particular unit is from their Signature Series Premium Virgin Hair collection. They have different collections on their website, and I will leave all that information down below. So now let's get into this hair. Let's like fix her up. I'm going to show you guys how I bring her life. I just had her in a ponytail, and these are like a couple of my sides aren't on because I'm gonna pop her off right after this. I'm not wearing any weaves or hairs or anything during Ramadan, but as you guys can see how natural she is. So my routine with this hair, well, okay, let me tell you guys the name of the hair. So the name of the unit is the Chanel Brazilian Deep Curly Full Lace Wig. It is in 24 inches, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's 24 inches. So yeah, this is it when it's dried and like a couple of days old. And I'm going to just show you guys my routine of how I bring the curls life, and then I will also get into the specs of the hair, get into my thoughts on the hair. So yeah, let's get into it. In this bottle, all I have is some lukewarm water and a little bit of conditioner, not too much because you don't want too many products on your hair, especially if it's curly. It makes it harder. So yeah, let's get into this. So once it gets a little damp, I just take a dolman brush and I just brush through the ends. I always start at the bottom, work my way up. Even if it's not curly hair, I do this with all my hair. It prevents shedding, well, excess shedding, because all hair sheds. So yeah. And oh, please make sure that you get the back of your head too. You don't want the front of your head to be popping with curls and then the back of your head to be dry, okay? My hair is dry. Okay, so the one part that I forgot to show you guys is the Miracle Curls, the Aussie leave-in detangling milk. I like to use this in the hair. I just take a little bit. I'll just take a little bit now. But usually while the hair is wet, while I'm detangling it, I add this in because it helps with the detangling part. I'm going to put it at the top and the back and a little bit in the front here because I need to wet right here a little bit more. And then the top and back. It helps with detangling. It helps to smooth out the hair so there's like less snags. It unifies the curls. And another thing that I love to do with the dolman brush to unify curls as well is I take the brush. So I'm going to stand up so you guys can see. I take the brush and I turn it at like an angle and I just like kind of pull the hair through. That way the hair does like this thing, and then you just scrunch it up and you can see like the curls are like more defined and put together whereas these are just kind of like brushed out curls, if you guys can see. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. Last but not least, I take my Garnier Fructis Moroccan Silk hair oil. It's the Silk and Shine hair oil. I take a good amount of that, not too much. As you guys can see, it's not too much. Take that, rub it in my fingers, and just softly run it on top of the curl, softly run it on the bottom. Don't want it to be dry. Run it at the back of the nape. That part gets dry first because it's against the collar of your clothes. Run it at the top. Then once all of that is in, just go ahead and scrunch. Scrunching is your best friend unless you have a diffuser. I don't have a diffuser, so scrunching is my best friend. Okay, so this is the curls when it's wet. I am going to detangle. I'm going to speed through it, but detangle and do the same thing on this side, and hopefully, and like wait for it to dry out just a little bit, and then we're going to come back and talk about the specks of the hair. Okay, so this is the hair. Damp. It's still a little wet, but as I was doing this side was drying, so I'm pretty sure like once I'm done talking it'll be a little dry. And if it's not fully dry yet, then I will just take a little blow dryer on cool and I would blow dry it a little, and then I'll come back and show you guys how it looks once it's dry. It may not fully dry because even when I air dry it throughout the day, it's still a little damp, but we're gonna work on it. Okay, we're gonna work on it. So, specs of this hair, like I said before, this is the Chanel. This is the Chambray hair. So specs on this hair, like I said before, this is the Chambray hair Chanel Brazilian deep curly full lace wig in 24 inches. I'm almost sure it's 24 inches. It may be 26, but I'm almost 100% sure that it's 24 inches. Full lace, meaning there's lace everywhere. Okay? Lace, back of my head. Hopefully you guys can see. I don't know if I'm in... but hopefully you guys can see lace everywhere. There are no tracks, nowhere, full lace. Okay, it is in 24 inches. Of course, when it's curly hair, it's going to seem a little bit shorter. So let me show you guys where it ends on me. Okay, so as you guys can see, focus on the hair finally. With my head straight up, it hits right below my boob. With it straightened out, if I were to straighten it, but I'm not going to straighten it, it hits like right above my hip. So I just want to show you guys, right? This wig is not fully on, but you can see just from me doing this how natural this looks. Look how natural this is. Like, are you kidding me? Look at this. This looks so natural. Period. Period. So like when it's like on my head, it looks so good. Like when it's like really on my head. But I just got it sitting right now because I'm about to take it off. I need to take a nap. So yes, the wig is also 180 density. Right now, it's probably like 160 because my dumb self, I'll get into that a little bit later. But I'll just get into it now. I was washing the hair. My first time washing the hair, I thought the hair was detangled because I did detangle it, but I had to run to the store to grab something because I was cooking. I guess in that process, it got tangled again. Went to wash the wig. It was a disaster detangling the hair, and then like I ended up kind of, if you could see on this side of the wig, I kind of ended up like pulling out a little bit of extra hair on this side, but you know, such is life. It still works. I finagle with it. It still looks good regardless of it being, you know, a little balder than this side. That's why you can see like this side looks a little bit more full than this side, and that's just because this side has more hair. So what I'm going to do is also, once it like starts to dry, what I like to do is like stick my finger in here and do this. Not much movement, literally up, down, up, down, up, down. It creates volume, and I love to do that, especially when the hair is like fully dry. So once it starts to dry out, I'll show you guys what I do with it. But yes, I've been wearing this hair for about 2 months. Well, I have been wearing this hair a little bit over 2 months. I first installed the unit March 2nd. And I have been wearing it up until like the first week of May, with like probably like a day or two where I was wearing like another wig for anything. I wanted to make this video as short as possible and as quick as possible. So what I did was I broke the hair specs down and my ratings into 4 categories. So the first one is shedding. I gave shedding a 7. The reason why I gave it a 7 is because for a full lace wig, the way I expected it to shed, the same way like frontal shed, it didn't shed like that. However, it did shed a bit, but not as crazy, and not as crazy as I've experienced some wefted wigs, honestly. And because it's curly hair, you are going to get shedding, and the only time that I experienced any type of shedding was when I washed the hair in that crazy way, and when you're detangling the hair, you're gonna get some shedding. So when I detangled the hair just now, let me take this out. This is all the shedding that I got. But this is from both sides of my head. For curly hair, that is so good. Here, but like look at this lace, you guys. It's like it blends in so good. It's not laid. It's sitting on my head. As you guys can see, look, if I look straight, it's sitting on my head. Like this is not laid at all. It's not melted or anything, and it still looks so good. Hence why I've been wearing it for 2 months. Okay, so for shedding, I gave it an 8. We're gonna change that 7 to an 8 because it did pretty good. Now for tangling, I also gave the tangling an 8. The only reason why I gave it an 8 is because you're going to get tangling with hair, especially curly hair. Like, and then also for shedding, you're going to get you're going to get shedding because it's a full lace wig. It's not tracks or anything. And compared to tracks that I've had that shed, this ain't nothing. So the shedding, it definitely deserved the 8. The tangling, it deserves an 8 as well. The only time that I experienced any type of tangling whatsoever was when I did that bull crap and not detangle my hair all the way and wash it. That was the only time that I experienced extreme tangling. Don't be like me. Learn from me. Be better than me. Don't do that. And the only time that I experience tangling is of any kind when I'm detangling the hair on a natural basis and getting my curls popping is at the nape of the neck, of course, because you produce oils, you sweat, you're turning your head back and forth, you're laughing, keep keying, whatever. With every single piece of movement, your hair is bunching up and bunching up and bunching up, causing tangles. That's the only time I experience any type of tangling. Now, the third category is texture. I love the texture. I love the curl pattern. It is not like super shiny. It has low to medium luster. It may seem like a high luster right now, 1 because it's wet, and 2 because I have the sleek and shine in it. But naturally it has, you guys can see right here, like I don't really have that much product here. It has low to like medium luster, probably like low to no luster, okay? And because of that, I must say that the hair does get a little dry. So because the hair gets so dry, that's the reason why, well, not so dry like desert dry, but it gets dry. And it's not like as soft as it was like when I first got the hair and I had like put it in. But because it gets dry, that's why I use the Miracle Curls, because it has coconut oil and jojoba oil in it, and it doesn't have any sulfates or alcohol. I try to use products that don't have any alcohol in it because it does get dry. I don't want to further make it any more, like I don't want to make it dry any further. So I always try to use hair oil. Well, not always try to use, I always use hair oil and the Miracle Curl detangling milk in the hair. And whenever I'm putting water in my hair, I use conditioner, so that way it just further makes it softer, bouncy, lively. Okay, the texture, I gave the texture a 9. The 1 point was just because it gets dry. Okay, I don't think I said that, so I'm just gonna say now. So for construction, I gave it a 10 because this construction, it's the easiest. Honestly, I just feel like I want to buy full lace wigs all the time. I don't want to make a wig again because it's so easy. Like the straps in the back, like right now, like I said, my hair, my wig is not on. It's sitting on top of my head. But because like of the straps in the back and it has combs and everything, A lot of times if I just have to get up and go, or I have to like go to a photo shoot and I don't feel like laying everything down and I don't have to do anything crazy with my hair, I just have to stand and pose, this is all I'm doing. I'm literally adding a little bit of Got2b with a little slick, securing the straps in the back, and I'm going about my day. Like, and this wig is not gonna move. It's so easy. Literally pop it on and go. I feel like the knots, like the actual single knots to the hair that's attached to the lace, was put on very well, because like I said, I haven't been experiencing a lot of shedding. I really haven't. Like, that's really all that there is to say about the hair. It's not that much that I have to say. So for pros and cons about this wig, I don't want to ramble or make this video too long. Pros and cons about this wig, I'm going to start with cons because it's very short. My cons is that it's high maintenance, which I'm laughing because in my pros I put that as low maintenance, but let me explain. It's high maintenance because you have to make sure that you're literally going through these steps. Well, not these exact steps. You can, you know, put in your own products, take out some products, whatever, but definitely make sure that you're using conditioner and water when you're detangling your hair and, you know, making these curls pop. Use conditioner and water. I'm telling you, use conditioner and water. If you get to a point where it's like it's about to be time for you to like wash the hair and you feel like there's a lot of product in your hair, you can probably get away with just using water because you have the products from like the whole entire like week or week and a half that you haven't washed the hair. But always try to use conditioner and water. And you just have to take the time to like detangle the hair, make sure that, you know, it's scrunching. Like right now, let me make sure this, I'm scrunching this up to make sure that these curls is popping. Okay. So that part is a little high maintenance for me, just a little bit. But I also say it's low maintenance because when you compare it to when you have like straight hair, loose wave hair, body wave hair, when you wake up in the morning, you either have to curl it or straighten it. That takes about like an hour out of your day. Okay, I know me, I don't curl fast. Okay, and my curling irons and flat irons are hot, but I don't curl or straighten fast. And a lot of times I have long lengths that I have to take time to really like slowly pass through to make sure that my hair is like bomb. That takes like 45 minutes to an hour out of my day. This cuts my getting ready time in half. Like, this takes about 15 minutes for me to like sit and detangle, and then I can go about into doing my makeup, and then I could be ready in like an hour and 30 minutes instead of I'm going to include clips in this video, probably around like right now, of the hair, like when it's fully dry, how big it gets, how pretty she is. Okay, she know be coming through for me. And if you check the description box down below, you will find the link to this particular unit, as well as Shambrey Hair's websites and all their social media platforms. You can check out all the other textures that they have. This is my second time collaborating with Shambrey Hair. Thank you for this unit. Just please believe me that just because I was sent this unit does not mean that I am sugarcoating or leaving out any parts about the hair. I still have Shambrey's hair that I've had since last year, and I honestly, like, I recolored it. When did I wear it again? Oh yeah, I had recolored it and I wore it again for Thanksgiving, like in November, and I had that hair like since February of 2018. So like, it's not a gimmick here, or like, oh, I was sent this hair so let me talk great about it. Like, they really do have good quality hair. I would not want anybody to spend their coins on hair that is not good quality. Okay, I'm not sugarcoating anything. I don't need to sugarcoat anything. I'm not getting paid for it, and even if I was getting paid for it, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If the hair was trash, I wouldn't post it. I wouldn't post the video. Trust me, I've had hair from companies that they sent me and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm not even gonna post a video because I don't want to talk bad about a company. Maybe I just had a bad batch, but I'm not gonna put out any negativity out there. So, and I'm not even gonna waste my time or waste you guys' time to watch a video to talk about bad hair. What's the point of that? So yeah, as you guys can see, these curls is popping, Tim. And yeah, that's all that there is. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You may come here all the time and watch my videos, but I really know that you're a true rider if you subscribe, you know. And like, if you watch my videos all the time, you're a true rider. So why not just put the nail, you know, put the hammer on, you know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so yeah, that's all that there is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's any topics or any questions that you have about this hair that I have not touched base on in this video, please leave those questions down below. And yeah, I'll make sure to answer them, and I'll see you guys in the next video.